choose our socks for success in all endeavors. Fortunes rises from the heel, and good luck for life.
Good morning. Today is Thursday, December 12th, 2024. Today, in history, 203 years ago today, the French writer Gustave Flaubert was born. Renowned for works like Madame Bovary, The Temptation of St. Anthony, and His Simple Heart, Flaubert's novels blend Balzac-style realism with the characteristics of naturalistic literature. Often hailed as the originator of the French New Novel school in the 20th century. Welcome to today's Qingchao Morning News. Let's start with political updates.
South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol faces prosecutor investigation. Yonhap News Agency reported on December 8 that Park Se-hyun, director of South Korea's Special Investigation Department for Emergency Martial Law, announced in a press conference that prosecutors are investigating accusations of civil unrest against President Yoon Suk-yeol. Park Se-hyun also serves as the Prosecutor General of the Seoul High Prosecutor's Office. Earlier, President Yoon Suk-yeol declared martial law nationwide, causing widespread shock and political turmoil. South Korea's largest opposition party, the Democratic Party of Korea, has demanded Yoon's resignation and threatened to charge him with treason. Massive protests erupted in Seoul, calling for his removal, while Han Dong-hoon, leader of Yoon's ruling National Power Party, indicated plans for an orderly resignation process. Philippine President Marcos Jr. denies ties to Sara's impeachment complaint. Comprehensive news from Manila. Civil society groups in the Philippines have recently called for the impeachment of Vice President Sara Duterte. Philippine Presidential Secretary Bisaman stated that President Marcos Jr.'s office has nothing to do with the impeachment complaints. Citizen organizations, religious leaders, and anti-Duterte activists jointly submitted an impeachment complaint to the House of Representatives, accusing Vice President Sara Duterte of violating the Constitution, corruption, bribery, betrayal of public trust, and other serious crimes. The complaint is supported by the opposition party side by side. Similar impeachment complaints have been filed against other leaders in the Philippines, including former President Rodrigo Duterte, but they were swiftly dismissed by the House. It is believed that Congress may not prioritize the impeachment case before the midterm elections in May. Syrian rebels seize capital, ending Assad family rule. According to news from Damascus, on December 8, Syrian rebels entered the capital, Damascus, after capturing Aleppo, Dara, and Homs, forcing President Assad, who has ruled for 24 years, to flee to Russia. This marked the end of the Assad family's 50-year-long dictatorship. Public dissatisfaction with the Assad regime fueled the 13-year Syrian civil war. Following Assad's departure, Syrians both domestically and abroad took to the streets to celebrate. Reports indicate that visitors and looters swarmed the presidential palace and other Assad residences in Damascus. Statues of Assad's late father, former President Hafez al-Assad, were toppled and trampled across Syria. Malaysia allocates Rm50 million for IC design development. News from Malaysia. On December 7, during the launch ceremony of the Penang Silicon Design at 5km Plus initiative in Bayan Lepas, Penang, Malaysian Prime Minister and Finance Minister Anwar announced that the federal government would allocate Rm50 million to support Penang's development in the integrated circuit design sector. This funding, distributed at Rm10 million per year over 5 years, aims to solidify Penang's role as a key semiconductor hub. Malaysia is actively pursuing its goal of becoming the largest integrated circuit design park in Southeast Asia. Previously, Selangor received similar federal assistance, including subsidies, tax exemptions, visa exemptions, and other incentives, to promote semiconductor growth and support integrated circuit design parks. Vietnam military drill explosion kills 12. According to Agence France-Presse, a recent explosion occurred at a military shooting range in Vietnam's 7th Military District in Dong Nai Province during an army exercise, killing 12 soldiers. Reports indicate that the soldiers were transporting explosives when a thunderstorm struck. The soldiers suspended their tasks to rest, but the explosives exploded unexpectedly. Most victims' bodies have been recovered. Initial findings suggest lightning struck the fuse, triggering the explosion. Fatal accidents during military training are rare in Vietnam. According to the official newspaper People, the day before the incident, Vietnamese Defense Minister Phan Van Giang inaugurated the military exercise. The Ministry of National Defense has launched an urgent investigation into the incident, as reported by Vietnam News Agency. Indonesia launches free school nutrition program. According to news from Jakarta, the Indonesian Ministry of Agriculture recently announced that around 50 cows have arrived from Australia. They are the first batch of cows imported for President Prabowo's free nutritious meal program for school children, set to begin early next year, as part of efforts to boost domestic milk production. Providing free nutritious meals and milk to over 80 million students nationwide to combat malnutrition is a top priority for President Prabowo. The program aims to use 3.6 million metric tons of milk by 2029. Indonesia's milk production this year is expected to reach 1 million metric tons, while demand is estimated at 4.7 million metric tons. If successful, this initiative could significantly address the issue of developmental delays among children. Notre Dame holds first Mass after Restoration. According to Agence France-Presse, on December 8, the first Mass after Restoration was held at Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, France. The Mass, presided over by Archbishop Ulrich of Paris, was attended by 150 bishops, over 100 priests, and French President Emmanuel Macron. The 850-year-old Notre Dame suffered a devastating fire on April 15, 2019, destroying its roof and spire. After 5 years of restoration, the cathedral has now reopened at a cost of approximately €700 million. Around 40 national leaders attended the opening ceremony, including US President-elect Trump, Ukrainian President Zelensky, German President Steinmeier, European Commission President von der Leyen, and the British Crown Prince.
Global financial news: U.S. stocks closed with mixed results recently. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 0.28%, while the Nasdaq Composite Index rose 0.81%, and the S&P 500 Index gained 0.25%. That's all for today's Qingchao Morning News. Thanks for watching. Join us at the same time tomorrow.